What's up, y'all, and welcome to the third episode of the Microtransaction. I'm your host Chris, with my co-host Ratchet to my Clink. Liquid, how are you doing today?
I am very well. It's Friday. Well, we're recording this on Friday, Monday for everyone, but everyone that's
Mass
listening.
Effect Day.
Oh yeah, Mass Effect Monday. Um, anyways, but yeah, it's Friday. I've got my vaccine shot. Just got done doing that.
Oh, how'd it
Uh,
go?
you can see I got some battle
Oh,
damage. Oh, my arm's so fragile. But for any you gotta watch the video to see my battle scars. Anyways, but
guys, for you not watching, it's so vicious.
it's gruesome. It's pretty brutal. But nah,
Guys,
I got that. It's a little sore. Um, I'll be honest. I'm kind of tired. A little tired. Well, I was tired. Let's just put it this way. But as soon as we started recording, I'm like I'm good.
let's
Like
win.
yeah, I'm on this cat. I feel like I'm on a caffeine high right now. But no,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
for-
I feel and am on a caffeine high. Cheers, mate.
yeah,
Wait.
just water though.
Yeah, get some high H2O in you, bro. This is sweaty work we're doing out here.
Absolutely.
Well, as you can tell, I did Gasparilla. If
Yes.
for you guys that don't know, it's a marathon. Well, it's not a marathon. It's a half marathon. It's a running event. It was the first, like, it was a virtual. I use that word loosely, because like it was like virtual, but they blocked some of the roads, but like they didn't keep track like who won or lost. So it's
Okay.
like everyone's a winner. But yeah, we were all on the road doing it. It was amazing. Shout outs to my brother Matt and Ivan. They were out there too.
Nice.
Ivan was just out there. He wasn't even doing the. He was like, all right, I'll do it. He didn't pay for it. He just went. He didn't get this. He didn't get the swag.
Oh, okay. So just personal
You know.
goals. That's cool. That's cool too.
Yeah. And then I got first ever, of hopefully many, medal, and I'm very proud of it.
Pretty official.
Cause on a serious tip, like when I started my like running journey, I wasn't in the best place. Like it was 2020, the middle of the plague, and like where everybody went into bad spot, I was in bad spot. I was eating way too much, and I was just feeling bad, and I just decided I was gonna do this, and now look at me.
Hey,
So
for
I'm very proud of
anyone who's not watching, he's got a medal. It's a skull and crossbones. It's pretty legit. It's pretty. It's got a little eye patch on it. Uh, it's not something you want to really mess with.
it. It means I'm a tough guy.
Yeah.
No, it hurt. It hurt a lot,
They don't
but
just give those to
it's awesome.
anybody.
No, they don't. They don't. It was me, my brother. That was it,
Right. Makes sense.
and maybe some other people. Maybe. But what? You know what was awesome? There was this old man. He was running.
Uh huh.
He did the headman while holding the American flag,
Really? No, that's some
and it
badass
was big.
stuff, dude. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's so cool, and he was like right in front of me, and you could tell he's doing it, and I'm like, he's tired, but he's not letting that flag drop.
Right.
I
Wow.
was like, kudos to that man, bro. I'm like, heck yeah. It's like USA. I was like, yeah.
Real quick,
But
was there anything besides? I mean, the American flag. That's cool, but was there anything weird? Anything weird you saw out there, or no?
anything weird?
Yeah.
Um, honestly, I was a little disappointed. There was nobody dressing up because usually you'll get like people dressed up as Spider-Man and they're
Okay.
trying to break records to be like the world's fastest Spider-Man and
Oh.
stuff like that. And there was nothing like you see a couple tails and stuff like that. You'll see a couple cat ears, stuff like, but like non-invasive. I didn't see anyone like, hey, bro, I'm wearing this costume and I'm rolling.
Wait, is the furry scene big with these runs, or?
It's not a furry. Well, it's like a furry
Oh,
thing. I
I don't know.
wouldn't say it's a furry scene, but like like moms that are cat people
Oh,
too, and they're
okay.
like,
That's yeah,
it
yeah. I get
becomes
you.
part of their
Crazy
identity.
cat ladies.
You look. I'm not saying crazy. I'm gonna use the word eccentric.
Oh, okay. Insane.
All right. Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay. The same thing.
All right,
Cool.
and let's get this going, bro.
No, all right, man. Well, look, guys, today we have three topics on the agenda, like always. First, we're going to start off with the game of the week. And boy, what a week. We got Doom Eternals, and we're going to talk about it. Second thing, we're going to talk about the general state of PlayStation. Because, Liquid, I don't know if you know this, PlayStation's been making some moves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, Liquid's gonna give us the inside scoop of Resident Evil. Liquid, a little taste for the kids. What do you think of Resident Evil?
Resident Evil, it's okay. So I like it. I can't say I love it, and I'll get into it later.
I gotta cut it right there. It was getting good. All right, let's get right into it. Doom Eternal, Liquid. And you could tell us how you felt about that.
Okay, so Doom Eternal. Now Doom Eternal I do love. That's a game I do love. That game, it's Doom. What do you want? It's first person shooter. It's very fast paced. It plays very well, very smooth. The frames rates are, just they're locked in at 60 frames on console, if I'm not mistaken. And then, if you're playing on PC, you're probably just playing at 120 to 240, stuff like that.
Probably buttery smooth.
Oh yeah, like it just runs very well, and so like I said, just plays well. It just the shooting feels good. Like they incorporate this sort of system in place with that it's kind of like a game, if you will, is how I kind of consider it here, because when you're short on health, you're short on shields, or you're short on ammo, there's ways you can get those back, and they really dive into that mechanic where it's just like, so for example, you go into you're fighting someone, you put some damage in it, you get this brutal kill, right? The brutal kill, they'll drop like maybe shields, and then you have a chainsaw, you do the chainsaw, they'll drop ammo, and then so there's just different performing, like different actions can cause different causes cause different effects, sort of thing here. So performing different actions will get you to certain items here. So if you see you're low on shields, you're low on health, you're low on ammo, you know what you need to do to get those back, and they just really play on that. I think it's really good. I think that helps the fluidity of the game as well. Just keeps it fast paced. Since a lot of it requires up close, like personal stuff, like melee damage and stuff like that, you're not, like being a little quote unquote pussy. Like staying in the back trying to shoot. You're actually you're in the shit. You know what I'm saying? You're in there and you're just going crazy. So yeah, that's just part of it here. I'll touch up on some more stuff. But what are your thoughts? Your first thoughts on it?
Liquid, we basically feel the same way. What a turn from going from Battletoads to Doom Eternal, bro. I can't, like, it's hard to know where to start because it seems like, I never played an id game. Like, everyone's been on id and like, oh my god, like it's amazing. There's because like I said, I'm a Halo fanboy, and there's like, if 343 messes up, could id get Halo? They had that conversation, and I'm like, whoa, calm down there. But I haven't played the Doom games until now, and I see where they say it, and and I get it because I had the same problem you had. I was playing like I do conventional first-person
Right.
shooters where I'm staying back, but then I'm just getting mauled. I'm just like, oh god, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to run and gun. And then once I started moving, then I was like, oh, okay. And then it was so great because I'm like, oh, I'm starting to get the hang of this. And then they gave me the dash, and then they'll give me a little upgrade here, and then they'll introduce a villain. And I love Doom. I love Doom how it knows itself. It tells you like, hey, this is a villain. This is how to kill the villain. That's gonna make it any easier? Ah, here you go. And then they'll add another villain, and then or another demon, and then it's just like, oh, cool, you know how to kill him too. All right, there you go. And what happens when both of them are coming at you at the same time? Go have fun.
Right. No,
It's
you
just like, and it gives you the pieces at a time. It does like, it gives you the answer, but it asks you to show your work.
right. Yeah,
Oh my,
that's
bro,
probably putting it really
the,
well, actually.
the way the shooting mechanic, the guns, I love how the game just like I thought I was gonna stick to one gun
Hmm?
and just progress it, like just use the whole thing the whole time because I heard in the first Doom 2016 it was shotgun or bust.
Right.
It was just the shotgun, and I'm like, I'm using everything, and like the ammo's limited, which I think was a good thing to do because it forced me to go through my guns, and then just made me change. So I'm like, I need ammo. I know where to do it. I'm taking out of this guy's ass, and I'm just like, you chainsawing guys. If you're just a listener, just know what's happening. Oh my god, I loved it, bro. Bro, what do you think of the map design?
It's very arena-like, so it plays really good. I think that like that'll helps with the, like we said, with the shooting, and it keeps it's like not too big and not too small. You know what I'm saying? It's like just right because you fight these enemies. Just like you said, just to add on to what you were talking about here, where they add one at a time and then they'll add both, just to sort of give you that little bit of challenge and everything like that, and you either die or you make it. So you either live or you die. I mean, that's kind of the thing. I mean, that's any game, but when you do live and you do get these ammos, like when you get into that, when it finally clicks and you get into that the fluidity of everything, the shooting, the map, everything together, it just feels like you just feel like a badass doing it. And the map no exception because the map has you got the arena style, you got these sort of like grappling hooks, you got these bars you could swing off of, so you're constantly in motion, and you have to be, if not you're gonna get your ass handed to you. So like
Yeah.
you're constantly in motion, and the map design just allows you to do that, in a very special, fluid, fast paced sort of way.
Honestly, going into Doom, it like I haven't felt like a badass like this as a first as the main protagonist since Halo 3. You know how Halo 3 has a scene where he's like, "It's a Spartan. We're gonna be okay." I felt like when I walked through the room as the Doom guy, and I'm like, "Hey guys, oh no, there's only one person that can save the planet, and it's your boy." And I'm like, "Bro, you better not be a demon. I better turn this corner. There better not be a demon there." And then, bro, it's just so gratifying. I love it when you the bald monster guy, and you just shoot a grenade into his mouth,
Yeah.
and then you see him like burp it out, and I'm like, man, I bet it would suck if your eye got ripped out. Too bad it's happening now.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
like, oh,
Oh man, no, it's you're absolutely
and,
right.
bro, oh my god, it was just I knew it was good. I didn't expect it to be this good.
I gotcha. Nah.
The thing is, someone told me before that it was dumb fun, and I think it's anything but. What do you
Mm,
think, Liquid? If you were to try to say like what kind of fun this game is, what would you say?
I mean, the only reason, so the dumb fun, I can see someone saying that only because, like, I'll be honest, like the story I could give two shits. I'm like, okay, cool. You got to save the planet. There's demons. I just want to kick some ass. That's really what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, dumb fun. Mm, I think that's kind of just like not giving it justice. I feel like
I
it's a little bit more than dumb fun. Like I played dumb fun. Uh, you know, Battletoads is kind of dumb fun in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Because it is dumb fun.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like this game is just like I encourage everyone to go out and play it. Like anybody who's anybody, just go out and try it out and just see how you like it. Like I said, once you just put enough time where it clicks, you'll enjoy it. I think it's a little more than just dumb fun. It looks great. Like I said, the environment looks awesome. You know what I'm saying? Even just the beginning, dude. Like once you start the game up, before you even shoot anything, it gets you so hyped. Like just the first, like the intro, it gets you so hyped that you're just like you said, I like, oh, like shit's going down, zombies are taking over, like it's time to put in some work, and it's just like, and then that which leads me into like the music. I think the music is phenomenal.
Hold on, hold on the music because
Okay,
the
okay,
music.
yeah, I wanted to get your opinion of
Hold
the
on to the
music,
music.
but go ahead, yeah.
Okay, well, hold on, we're gonna get to this music. Uh, I want to say I love how the game starts you not with a pistol, with like a little pea shooter. It's like, hey, bro, here's a shotgun. There's some zombies. Go. It respects you as a gamer, and I feel like that doesn't happen anymore. I feel like just like Doom handholds, it respects you enough to be like, hey, you chose the difficulty at the beginning of the game. You know what your skills at. Let's test it.
Right.
And another thing, the customization. I had flames on my Doom guy, and I'm like, why does this work in this world? I had like a thing, and my Doom guy in cutscenes just has like flames coming out of his armor, and I love it.
Right. Yeah, and even like so like I wanted to ask because when do you notice just more of like a sidetrack question here? Um, in Game Pass, did it allow you to play the DLC or was there required purchasing?
I think it's a required purchase.
Okay, that's what I thought too.
The battle mode you could download. It's good because it segments it.
Oh, I got
You
you.
could play like the multiplayer, which I didn't even. I'm like, I know where the money's at.
Right,
I know
I
why I'm
got you.
playing this. It's not to play the multiplayer. It's to play the campaign over and over and over again.
Right.
I'm like, if I died, I'm like, good. I need to take two. You know, let's go.
Exactly. And but yeah, it's like you
Every-
were saying as far as the guns, yeah, they definitely respect you. They sort of just they give you what you need right off the beginning, and then as you unlock more and get more weapons, like you almost think like you can't, like it doesn't go beyond that. Like it's like, oh, okay, cool, like this is it, I'm in it, and then all of a sudden they'll introduce something else, something different, like a different weapon, and you're just like, oh, okay, like something else to further whoop some ass. Like it's like, and you like you said, like you want to use it. You want to use everything. Like they design it that way where, yeah, you don't just use one gun. You don't just live off of one gun. Live and die by that same gun. Like you want to use everything, and like you notice that certain enemies are almost weaker to certain weapons as well, and
Mhm.
and like yeah, the id Software definitely did a great job, like in just allowing that to happen, and just making this sort of balance, this little, I want to say game within a game, this little little game that you're playing in
Mhm.
your head while you're playing the actual first shooter.
It feels like you feel like a quarterback on the field.
Yeah, yeah.
You're reading routes. You're like, he's over here, he's over there. There's some zombies over here. I need them for armor and health for later. I
Right,
gotta make sure I got enough gas. And I'm like, and you're like, how am I gonna take this room apart?
right. How am I gonna dissect?
Definitely, I know it was the game of the week, but Doom is a definite game I think I'm gonna go back to. I'm like, I didn't beat it,
Hmm.
and I'm like, I need more of it.
Right.
I remember, bro, I was so tired one night, and I'm like, it's so much fun, but I'm so tired. I should go to sleep, but I could play for 30 more minutes, and
Yeah.
that's what I.
There you see, I'm
It's
I'm
fun.
kind of in that same boat. I feel the same way. Sometimes I have to get off a little early because if not, I won't go to sleep. I'm like I'm all hyped up. I'm all jacked up on some Doom. Usually it's Call of Duty, but Doom in this situation.
Yeah. So, and by the way, so now let's get to it, dude. The music,
All right,
bro.
let's talk about it.
Oh my God, tell me what you think, bro. Tell me what you think.
So I'm not a fan. I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of like heavy metal. You know what I'm saying?
Me
Like
neither.
heavy metal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. But it's like this game. It feels like just the game in general with the music when you incorporate it with all the blood, gore, these brutal kills and everything. The music just makes it. It like makes it. That's all it is. It just it does make it like the music. Like I said, it's right off the rip, right in the beginning. You just feel it, and you're just like, even though I'm not a heavy metal fan, I'm like this game in general and the music incorporated. It is so heavy metal, and I'm here for it. And it's just like, you're just constantly hearing the like guitars and fucking just. It's just like da 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 da. Like it's just constantly, like, just like, and you have it like you want to have it on full blast. You know what I'm saying? And you're
Yes.
just hearing demons suffering, and you're hearing your punches, your guns. It's just like nothing but it sounds terrible. It's probably a pastor's worst nightmare. But damn it, man, it just it makes it. That music, it's like, I don't know. It's
The
phenomenal.
music in the game reminds me of like an 80s van with the mural on the side, but the mural is sick.
Right.
And you're like, oh, bro, that's cool.
Right.
Don't
Like
hear
a
anyone say.
black horse, red eyes, smoke coming out of
Yeah.
his, yeah, coming out of his
You
nostrils.
can hear the car, and like it's like the movie where you see he'll screech in, and the guy's like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, oh man, that's not as cool as I think it is. Oh, wait, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It's totally cool.
Bro, oh my Bro, it just gets your blood pumping.
Right.
That's what it is. It just like in the thick of it, in the moment, and then you have like it's almost like a thing in the back of your head, just like keeping you going. Like, hey, do you really want this to stop, bro?
Right.
You really want it? You sure? And I'm like, no, I don't want it to
No.
stop, bro. Let's keep this party going, dude.
Yep.
Oh my god. So okay. So and apparently they had like a heavy metal orchestra.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I
Like,
did. I try to come up with a little fun fact.
interesting. Oh, that's pretty. Well,
Yeah.
kudos to them because they know what they're
Yeah.
doing.
And every like bone breaking, every chainsaw cut, every not even just the music, the audio of it. If you're not playing this game with headphones, bro, what are you doing?
Oh yeah.
Like put headphones on, play the game, get lost in it. It's so cool. Even though the story is, let's get into some of the cons, Liquid.
Sure.
What do you think? What's the con? I was about, but go ahead.
I think the gameplay is so good that I didn't care for the story. Like it's like I don't know. Like, all I know is demons are taking over. That's all I know. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I didn't really care. I know I'm doing. I'm like, okay, it's to me it was just go to point A to point B, and get this done. All right, cool. But you're gonna do it in the bloodiest way possible. Hey, even better. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so yeah, the story I would say was a little lacking, but I don't think you really played Doom for the story. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's okay. You know, like sometimes games the story takes a backseat and it's mostly about gameplay, and that's perfectly fine. And this game does it tremendously well. So even though it is a con, I guess you would have to sort of you'll knock off some points. I guess is what you would call it, whatever, for lack of a better term. You'll knock off a few points for the story, but the gameplay more than makes up for it. Like, and that's really it. I can't even really think of a con besides the
Honestly, that's the
story.
only thing I could think of too when I was playing it. I'm
Right.
like, I know there's like the audio, there's like the codex or whatever
Uh
that
huh.
you can read about the story, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care about
Yeah.
that. I'm like, there's characters where I was like, who is this guy? Like when I walked in and I took a knee, and the guy's talking to me, and I'm like, why am I bowing to this man?
Right.
Who is this man? I was like, psh, like bro, I could take this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
spoilers. Anyway, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just, yeah, that was the only thing. And like you say, points, like plural. I think that's the only reason why this game didn't get perfect 10 out of 10s.
Yeah. You could be right. Yeah. I'll be honest. I don't even know. I know it's it's liked mostly everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen anybody who dislikes the game. Um, but I mean I haven't really looked at any review scores or anything like that or seen like you said like tens or anything like that. Like I didn't really pay attention to any of those things. I know that it's kind of pretty much universally liked. Uh, but there's a reason why, and yeah, like I said, I'm all for it. I know. Well, I'm sure we'll get into it here. We have the scale, the yay or nay kind of scale.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
So we'll get into that. But yeah, you're right. I mean, maybe that did prevent it from getting some perfect scores, but who gives
Yeah,
who cares? Like
yeah, no.
this game is
Scores is just what you see. Like, okay, validate my purchase.
right,
We just do whether it was fun or not, and I think that's the way I always want to do it. At least as the microtransaction, as long as me and Liquid are here, I think it's always going to be that way.
yeah,
And I gotta say, like before we transition on through, I gotta say that I'm like, this is the kind of game I would have loved to have when I was a kid. Like, when you're only allowed a couple games.
right,
Like, because I feel like the replayability of this game, like you can replay this forever. Like, you could just go to a section, knock it out, and just have fun.
right. You could go into a section, knock it out, and then see about doing it even better the next time around.
Yeah.
Do it faster, do it a different way. Absolutely, I agree with you completely there. Even though I'm sure when we were kids, our biggest concern as far as brutality was Mortal Kombat. That was what our parents were really worried about. So,
Yeah, but I don't know about you, but I haven't ripped anyone's head and with their skeleton intact.
I wanted to, but no, I
You
haven't either.
did
No, but yeah, exactly. The point is, I didn't. All right.
it. Liquid on the scale, on the microtransaction of, are we giving it the official yay? Official nay.
Oh, obviously, yay all day. Like,
Yay all day.
hell yeah, baby. Like, there's no
Oh,
like, there's
that
no
fun
way
fact,
you give that game a nay. Like, it's just too damn
bro. There's
good.
no way, dude. Oh my god, it's so good. Honestly, I was like, this is so much fun.
Oh yeah,
I
absolutely.
was like, I'm glad that this. I feel bad for other games that we're gonna play because I'm like, this at the yay bar pretty high.
Right.
Like this, when you talk about fun in games, this is fun.
It's like the
Yeah.
definition of fun.
Yeah. All right. So now let's get into our next thing, PlayStation, bro, and everything that's going on with PlayStation. Do you want me to give you the quick rundown, or do you just want to go piece by piece? Like, how you feeling?
Let's do piece by piece. I like that better. I think it sounds a little
Uh,
sexier.
let's just start off. You said sexy. Let's start with the sexy, bro.
Nice.
Those new controllers,
Yeah.
bro. What do you think?
I like them. I like you got the black all murdered out. You got the red one as well. Well, red and black, which really stands out. It's like a scarlet red. It looks
Mhm.
pretty nice. I
I
like that.
love the red that you
Yeah,
use.
the red one is kind of that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, and it's just nice to see. Like it's very different. A big seems like a change for PlayStation. Coming out with different options this early. You know what I'm saying? We're not even a year in. Like we're what half a year in now. Um, it came out in
Like
November, December.
November, it's like coming
Yeah,
up on 8 months.
yeah. So we're up. Yeah, I guess we're up there. But even then, like it's just seeing a different sort of color scheme this early. You know, usually you'll start see like a lot of times. I think this early you'll probably see something come out in Japan only,
Mm.
and then come over here or maybe order it. But yeah, this time around, you know, they're doing something early. They're doing something different. It feels like a different PlayStation almost. But I'm liking it so far. I know earlier you said they were making moves. You know, I know we're talking about it more. So I feel like it's about time that we hear something at least, whether it be
Mm.
positive or even negative, just something. But um, but yeah, that those controllers they definitely look good. I want to see. I kind of want to see them in my hands rather than a stupid picture. But
Yeah. So the red one, the one that everyone likes, it
right.
seems like universal on the internet. Everyone's down for the red one. Everyone's like, okay, the black one's cool,
Mm-hmm.
but the red one. But it costs $5 more.
Mm-hmm.
Would Liquid buy it? Would you honestly pay money and buy it?
I'd pay $5 more. Absolutely. Only more to like to let PlayStation know that this is something that we do want. You know, because I want it. I want more colors to come out. You know what I'm saying? I would like them to do a little bit, maybe a little bit of Xbox. Give me a little customization option. You know, the only reason that I don't think that could ever happen is because the DualSense seems like an expensive piece of like technology. So I think it'll really. I don't know how much the Xbox like. I think it's called Idea Xbox or something like that. The customizations for the controllers. Um, I don't know how much they really run for, but I still can't see PlayStation doing that. I think it'd be cool. It's just more pie in the sky kind of thoughts. But
I think PlayStation's a little more uniform. They
right.
like the things that have like a certain aesthetic, where Xbox has always been with the like even the front, like on the 360, you had the front case.
Oh,
You
the
could change the
faceplates.
plates, you could change the front and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So Xbox always wanted it to be a little more. You PlayStation wants it to be like, hey, this is PlayStation, which I think both of them are good ways of doing it. It's just how whatever your flavor is, really.
Right. There's no wrong way. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. And I think more people like the red one only because it offers a color. We've seen black controllers. We've seen white controllers. You know, red is the one that's gonna obviously gonna stand out. So that's probably why universally that's the one that's liked more.
Yeah, no, yeah. I just like if I bought it, I guess if I needed a second controller and I've been using the PlayStation for the 8 months, it would give you a good excuse to get the new controller and to like second player, you could use my old white one. It's good. Don't get me wrong, the PlayStation 5 controller is awesome. I
Right.
think I think it's gonna do that a lot of people like, hey, my day one controller becomes player two controller.
So like to touch up even on that actually because like you said it would be a perfect opportunity to sort of like you said second controller but there's been some people so far I haven't experienced anything but there was some people that were experiencing some controller drift the joystick drift similar
Oh,
to the switch it doesn't seem like it's as bad as the switch because even I've had it with the switch it seems like everybody I know has it with the switch I actually ended up buying new joy cons so I'm part of the problem.
ooh.
Yeah, it sucks. But
Joe has ain't cheap.
oh no, sure as hell no. I think what are they like 60, $70, something like that. They're almost just as expensive as a DualSense. Like it's crazy. You gotta get your HD Rumble, you know. But anyways, like yeah, like it's just there's been a few people who've had that experience with the whole controller drift and maybe they might want to bite the bullet and be like, hey, well, you know what? I'm just gonna wait till these controllers come out and then I'll end up getting one then. I'll live with it until then. Like I've seen, I mean, hell, Josh, one of our friends here, friend of the show, I've seen him play Apex Legends. We'd be playing Apex Legends together. All of a sudden, I'm dead because I'm not that good at the game. But I'm watching his screen from his point of view, and he's there, you know, running, you know, full sprint. All of a sudden, he starts looking at the sky, and I'm like, "What the fuck's he looking at?"
It
I'm
becomes
like,
like a day one FPS shooter, like
oh.
first it just like looks up.
Yeah, dude, he's just there looking at the sky, like he keeps like, and he goes, "Damn it!" And like I see him go down, and all of a sudden as he's running, it just keeps going. It goes,
Oh my
it starts
god,
going up
bro.
little by little. I'm like, Josh, you all right there? What are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, are you looking at the skybox to see what Respawn Entertainment brought you? But
Yeah, he's like, wow, look at this
yeah,
skybox. I'm like, Josh, you're getting shot
I'm
at.
like, dude, it's a nice sky. But he's like, no, man, I'm fighting with my damn sticks. I'm like, all right, my bad.
Oh my god. But like the thing is leading into it, if it does help with drift, if
Mhm.
it does like if they fix it, I don't think they've said anything about it, whether it'll solve that problem. I don't know, it could be that Josh is unfortunate. Josh is one of the most unfortunate people I know, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry.
You know, he has the worst luck. But segueing into our second thing, do you think that I honestly believe because I don't know if you know this. As of the last fiscal year, PS5s has sold 7.8 million consoles. That's a crazy number.
Right. And yeah, it's huge. It is a crazy number. I think did they say? I want to say I heard it was the fastest selling console from compared to the
On
PS4.
pace, it's on the same place
Oh, and
with
pace.
PS5.
Right.
And the where I was heading with that is like because anyone who has a PS5 right now, you are the heart of the hardcore. You are day one. You're locked in. You put your money where your mouth is at. You paid the cash.
Right.
And so, do you think the attach rate for this controller and and the PlayStation 5 is going to be like high, or do you think it's going to be like normal?
Ooh, I don't know, because controllers are kind of a tough pill to swallow, I feel like. Especially if, let's say, if you do have that experience where you are experiencing that drift that I was telling, and it doesn't seem like it's that many people, especially compared to like Nintendo side of things. But um, the thing is that if it does happen, you might be hesitant to be like, oh yeah, I want to buy something, I want to buy this controller, but I don't want to fall into the same situation that I was just a few months ago. So
Mm.
even if you like me personally, I plan on getting the controller. I don't have any problems with my controller. I've always wanted a second controller. This is gonna give me an excuse to purchase that second controller because I only got the one here.
No.
But
Ooh,
so
ooh.
I got the one, and like it's fine. It does work. It does the dual sense stuff. So it's
It
nice.
does the dual sense stuff.
It dual
What does
senses.
it do? The dual sense stuff.
Yeah, it gets all the dual senses going. But as far as the attach rate, honestly, I think it'll be. I don't think it'll be. I wouldn't say high, like where it's gonna shatter, like expectations. But I think
Mm.
it'll be up there, especially since this is the first color, like different color that you're gonna see here. So I expect it, and especially if it comes, like, do you know, was there a release date? I don't know if there was a release date announced for it.
Oh, they just put out some pictures.
Okay, that's
If
what
there's a release date, I don't know it.
that's what I thought too. Yeah, honestly, like they'll probably, if they release it, like maybe you release it when there's no game, so that way, because if you release it on around the same time that a game's gonna come out, obviously I'm gonna choose a game over another controller. Like why wouldn't you, right? But
Yeah, 100%.
so yeah, I think it'd be stupid to tie it in that way. So I don't know. As far as
Unless
the
it was like a controller specific game thing.
right, which
Unless it
they're
was
not
like
gonna
around
do.
the line, but I don't think that's what's happening
Yeah,
here. I don't think.
obviously. But
I don't
I
think.
think the attach rate will be strong. I don't think it'll be earth shattering. That's really it.
Yeah, yeah, because I do you think this is just the beginning? PlayStation going like nuts with controllers for the
I
PS5.
I kind of hope so, only because like Xbox, because they did it that way. They even Joy-Cons are going crazy with their color schemes and stuff like that, and even their themes. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I would like to see more colors. I would like to see more customization if possible. Like I said, I'm not holding my breath for it. But hell, give me themes. Give me a Ratchet and Clank DualSense controller. You know what I'm
Oof.
saying? Like, give me a God of War when it comes out in 2032. You know?
No, bro, it's coming out this year, bro.
Right,
It's
right.
coming
Okay.
out this year,
Okay,
man.
sure, but say like just give me some themed controllers, and I get it. It's a little early right now. I'm sure they're still trying to get the white controllers, the standard stock controllers off the shelves here, but I that's what I really like. I do love themed controllers. I think those are really cool. I used to collect them in the past. It's like the PS3 controllers. I had a MLB The Show controller, which looks like it has two baseballs. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's different. It's just nice to have. I have for the Xbox 360 when the 360 had the R2D2 edition. It came with a
Oh, you
C3PO
got that.
controller. Yeah, man, those were pretty cool, man. That's what I'm saying. It's just I do like to collect. I got a bunch of junk, as some people can probably see even behind me. But
Don't disrespect your stuff like that, bro. Look at
that's
that. Look at
true.
that swag.
It's because it's a closet that's unopened.
It's
Once I open that closet, then you'll really see the like.
Doors box.
Right.
God of War's coming out this year. You know, I'm gonna be. You know what? It's happening. All
I
right.
hope so. I hope you're right. Be nice.
But what was I gonna say? The only modified controller that I really got that I bought just strictly for an aesthetic reason alone was probably only Halo.
Hmm.
But those controllers were sick. But boy, did they make your hands sweaty. Cause the gloss they used over it, I'm like, it was like too smooth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm like, man, this is for show. This is not for go. I didn't like it. Other people maybe are different, but for me, not so much.
Now I wonder if so like for example, I remember on when the PS4, the DualShock 4, when that was first released, it had the sort of like the rubber that was on the joystick itself. It was
Hmm.
very after I wouldn't even say a while. Like it didn't last that long. If you put some time into your PS4, it kind of
Oh
it
yeah.
started peeling really quickly. Now eventually they did update it. Like they didn't say anything about it, but I've noticed just from the controllers that I've purchased that they did update it and they did change it. And it looks like the DualSense controller they went with the original, like the not the cheap rubber, but I guess they did it to save some money. But I'm wondering here maybe if there is that an improvement that comes, like an unknown or a quiet improvement to the controller, whether that be something that fixes that joystick, drift, or if there's something else that gets added, that'd be kind of interesting. You
That would be interesting. I think you would already know, Liquid. You're out here doing multiple runs in Returnal, bro, getting hot and heavy over there. You would know these sticks were garbage, bro. I think
No, no,
we'd have
yeah,
a whole episode.
these are good. Like they went with the good ones this time for the DualSense. So I don't have any complaints on the sticks. I just remember the DualShock 4 having that, and then eventually them quietly changing that. And I just noticed it personally from when I purchased a controller, really. But yeah, no, these are top notch. These will last a little longer than PS4. That's for sure.
So, and another big Sony announcement.
Hmm.
Apparently, have 25 first-party developers making games. Only know like about five of them. I'm gonna ask the question to you, Liquid. What out of these, I'm gonna say like 20 developers. What would you like to see them working on?
Uh,
If Mr. Sony called Liquid and was
right.
like, "Hey, we need your help." What would you tell Sony? What does Sony need? Where can they fill
All
gaps?
right. So, well, first I want to let the people know. I think it's four actually that we know of now. It's only four, which is Ratchet and Clank, that's coming out
Mm-hmm.
within like a month. God of War, that's supposed to come out this year. Uh,
They're coming out this year, confirmed.
Horizon 2, I forgot the subtitle for it, but Horizon, the sequel to Horizon, great game. And Gran Turismo 7, which is supposed to be not till slated till 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think that's the only ones that we know of.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
I'm
if
trying
I'm
to
not,
think of anything else. I was gonna say Deathloop, but I'm like, no, that's no.
yeah,
I'm like, that's a time thing.
right, exactly. It's a timed exclusive. So, yeah, I really don't know like anything else. I think that's the only four. But as far as hearing what they were saying, and I read up on it as well a little bit. It's promising. I like the sound of it. That's great, because especially when they said about half, like it's not exactly half of the ones that we don't know, the 21 that we don't know. About half of them are like new IP. They're not sequels. So and you figure you're gonna get sequels. We're probably gonna get another Spider-Man, maybe. I'm not sure, depending. I know Insomnia's
I
got Ratchet and Clank coming out, so I don't know. Spider-Man, obviously there's gonna be a new Spider-Man. There's gonna be a new that probably Last of Us. You know what I'm saying? Like Uncharted, they're supposed to be working on new Uncharted. So there's a lot of sequels that we know of. Um,
I don't
Ghost
think
of
we're gonna see
Tsushima
Uncharted for like
is
another 7 years.
which one?
I don't think we're gonna get another Uncharted.
Last of Us.
A Last of Us. I
Yeah,
don't think we'll see like Last of Us 3 for like another 7 years.
yeah. No, that's not going to be anytime soon. And
Mm.
but we know that Ghost of Tsushima, that's going to get a sequel, for
Yeah.
sure. But the fact that we know like about half of them that are being like new IP, that's kind of exciting. As far as what I'm looking for though,
Like, give me the good,
like
bro.
I'll be honest, it's the one rumor that I keep just grabbing onto. and it's the whole Konami BS. It's the whole metal
Oh,
and
I liquid.
I'm not cause maybe I don't know, Chris, maybe because I hate myself. I don't know what it is, but like I'm talking about the Metal
Yeah.
Gear remake. You know, just give people a little insight here. Metal Gear remake, Castlevania remake, Silent Hills. You know what I'm saying? If they could do something, dude, like Konami needs to stop, like just like stop sitting on this gold. I get that they ran it
Oh,
through the hole, but no, that's where I'm at right now.
no, liquid. But you have to understand, the only way we see those games is under Xbox. I'm saying it, bro. Xbox has got the money to burn right now. I think bro. Crazy prediction. I thought about it, and I'm like, and then someone obviously already said it because it's the internet. But I'm
Right.
like, well, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna start off. It's gonna be Kojima walking down the ramp, and he's gonna be like Silent Hills. It's finally happening. Boom.
Yeah, I don't see that happening because I'm just like I don't think Kojima wants anything to do with anything Konami related, right?
I think he wants to. I think he wants to do the IP. I think he wants to do it, and he doesn't want to deal with them. And I think the Xbox is that buffer. Like, hey, don't worry, we gave them money. They gonna be because Konami only cares about money.
Sure.
Because they're making pachinko machines.
Right.
So they're like, hey, you don't have to deal with them. You deal with us.
Yeah. I mean that
And there
like
had
I don't care where it's at, whether it be a PlayStation or Xbox. Like I do want that. That's what I want. All right. Um. But well, I don't know if you want to. If you do you have more to your point? I wasn't sure if you were if finished or I kind of cut you off
I
there.
was totally done.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
my bad.
But like another, just to add more to that PlayStation, like its lineup here, I want more original PlayStation remakes. Like, so like Astrobot came out for PS5, one of the launch titles for PS5. Great game, and especially if you're a PlayStation lover from like PS1, even PS2, PS3, like if you just love PlayStation, if you haven't played Astrobot, I recommend you try it out because it is such a like just a fantastic, just like paying
Love
homage,
letter.
love letter, yeah, or just paying homage to like all the stuff before. It's like we're talking about not even just games, we're talking about peripherals, like we're talking about memory cards, we're talking about the PSP, the PSP Go, even stuff that didn't work. They put it in the game in some way, even stuff that you've never probably seen before. You know, like that stuff is interesting. Like, and they'll give you, you know, like you can like interact with it in you know, little way. It's a quick game, easy platinum, by the way. But you know, for anyone who likes to do platinum trophy runs, I dabble in it a little bit. But um, yeah, like Astrobot, like so when I saw that, I'm like, dude, it just gave me that nostalgia feel. Like I want some of this old stuff. So like, you know, we've gotten Crash Bandicoot. You know, we know they made Toys for Bob made that, and then we've had, and I'm not talking about Part 4. I'm talking about the Insane Trilogy. You know,
Okay.
Spyro. You got that trilogy of the Spyro games, which is phenomenal. Like bring some of that back. You know, give me back maybe Legend of Dragoon, Chris. I don't know.
I was gonna say, bro.
I had a feeling. I saw it on your lips, just tingling.
It was right here, dude. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna wait for him to make his
No.
point. I'm like, where? And I was gonna bring the table, flip that some bitch over, like, where is Legend of
But
Dragoon?
but yeah, like what I'm trying to get is like even like I said, like those old original PS1 games, so like Metal Gear Solid, you know, like all like just if they can find a way to remake that or bring them back in some way. Like I know Medieval had that quiet sort of release, like a lot of people didn't play it. Like I never played the original Medieval, but I played the what's that?
I never played any of them.
Yeah, you see, I didn't play it neither, but I played this new one that remake that they made, and I liked it a lot. And I platinumed it as well. That game, it is very PS1, you know, but it looks good, you know what I'm saying? It's still fun, and I feel like if they could just bring some of that old stuff back, you know, just why not, right?
So you want? Seems like I forget who I'm talking to. It's funny because I didn't know what to expect, and I'm
Hmm.
like, my man's over here just wanting some of the nostalgia. I'm like, but like, is there any killer app? Do you feel like the? Because I think bringing back some of the classics would be good.
Hmm.
Because I think what's the Smash game that they came out with that
PlayStation
didn't
All Stars.
like bro now because PlayStation is a force.
Oh yeah.
Anyone who denies it is just a hater. I'm like I'm like now you can make that game.
Right. I think they would have to redo the lineup a little bit because like they had people like I feel like PlayStation. Sure, they had their first party IP, but they even had stuff like you got the Big Daddy from BioShock was in it, and then I think Dante from Devil May Cry, if I'm not mistaken, was in it. And it's just like I know these are associated with like originally with PlayStation or not, well, except for BioShock, but Devil May Cry was. But those aren't really. You look at those now, and you're just like that's not PlayStation. So it's just like I think now you could really get some more first party characters in there. You could throw in your Aloys, you could throw in your Deacon Saint John, even though they don't believe in Days Gone anymore. But you could throw in Ellie, maybe Joel with one
RIP.
leg. But
Oh yeah, Joel, Ellie. You could get multiple characters. You could get Oh man, what's Kratos' son's name? I
Atreus,
forgot. Atreus.
yeah, boy. You mean boy?
You're right. His name's Boy. You're right. I'm wrong. Um, but like you can do so much, especially. But if they can get a Spider-Man,
Oh yeah,
or they could. I was thinking of because when I asked you the question, I'm like, like it's weird that Smash just lives in this like of gameplay by itself. But I know
right.
there's the other game, but no one really like. I forgot. I forgot. It's like free to play.
Oh,
I forgot what the game.
Brawlhalla.
Holla.
Yeah, that's kind
Every time
of that. Have you played? Like I didn't play it, but they
I've
made
always wanted to. I just haven't.
yeah, they made some cool moves, like as far as introducing characters to that game too. Like it was pretty neat to watch. I don't really play it myself. I just know about it. They even added wrestlers and stuff like that, like WWE superstars. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's
Oh,
weird.
dang.
Yeah, but
That's pretty tight.
yeah, like even hell, add Astrobot to that list too. Like put him in the game.
Oh yeah. Astrobot needs. I think Astrobot, like you said it before. I'm like, I think he could find. I think it could only be the Mario that Sony's never had.
Right, I agree, and like because just the platforming, it's very tight. It's really nice. It's a nice, easy game to play. Anybody can pick that up and play. It's very fun. But even to touch up, I know you mentioned Spider-Man as being part of that list. Like especially now that Sony's kind of, it seems like they're kind of combining their movie studios or those studios with their gaming studios, kind of like making it one under one umbrella. Why not then share some of that licensing? If they can. I don't know the how that works. I'm not a lawyer, obviously, but if they could pull it off, get a Spider-Man in there, yeah, why not?
Who you
People,
in the lawyer?
what's that?
Got the lawyer?
No, no, not yet.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
Oh. He's like, actually, Chris. But yeah, man. And I want, and I'll say this, and then we'll lead into Resident Evil. But I want to say, I'm like, feel like the only place technically PlayStation has ever failed in making a game wise to hit, it has been um making a first person shooter. They tried with Killzone. I liked Killzone, but it wasn't Halo. You knew what they were trying to do, and you knew who was winning. Do you think that PlayStation can and or should make like a killer first person shooter?
I think they should, because like you said, they tried it with Killzone. I think they tried again with Resistance, technically, I guess. Um,
Well, Resistance. I love Resistance, but just wasn't filling that niche.
right, exactly. It just wasn't that game. Um, it's I feel like PlayStation has gotten so I want to say like very production heavy. Like if you play The Last of Us, you see this or Uncharted, these Naughty Dog games, even Spider-Man, like they're these like cinematic almost quality movies, and
Hmm.
I mean movies, cinematic quality games, and so like there's like these cinematic games, and it's just like I don't know if a shooter really fits into that. I mean, if they could, by all means, go ahead and give it a shot. I'm sure they can. I'm sure they can come up with something. But after failing so many times, and I don't think it's not needed. I don't think, but it is missing, and I don't think I don't see them really going for it. But who knows?
Yeah. Well, that leads us to our topic of the show: Resident Evil Liquid.
Yes, sir.
Is she a dream?
Okay, let me start with let me do a little talk about Lady Dimitrescu. All right, she just like the rest of the internet, I'm in love with this woman. All right, Like there's something about what's that?
I'm thinking of you like I love her.
Yeah, I'm in love with her. Like either 9'4", 9'6". I forget what she is. I'm me. I'm a solid 5'4" grown ass man. All right, and I think it goes pretty well together. I don't think it's that bad. But whatever. Whatever. I can dream. All right. Let me climb my mountain. Okay. And so let's get into this game though. Like I said in the beginning, I like it. I didn't love it. I don't love it here, and the reason why I say that is because I think it looks phenomenal. The game looks great. Like right off the bat, the game, like the scenery, like everything looks cool. Gives you a lot of Resident Evil 4 vibes. If you're a fan of 4, you'll probably like this. And if a lot of people realize, I think 4 kind of started the actiony trend, where they made it less survival horror, more actiony. And even though a lot of people enjoyed it, myself included, it took something away from the original Resident Evils. Now this feels very similar, and the reason why I say I like it and I love it is because I keep comparing it to Resident Evil 7. I love Resident Evil 7. And that game, even though it wasn't like jumpy scary in your face, it constantly kept you feeling uneasy. It constantly kept you feeling like you're never safe. And it had the jump scares here and there, but it wasn't crazy, high. But it was, but it made it scary. You're constantly feeling scared. You're constantly wondering what's going on. Resident Evil 8, I feel like it does have that a lot of times, not every time. I feel like Resident Evil 7 constantly kept me in that way. Resident Evil 8, it's it's good. They have this little, it feels like a hub area almost, which is the village, Resident Evil Village. Like so it's like because yeah, it breaks off into like, just to give people an idea here. You start off pretty hot, and I'm not gonna give any spoilers here, but you're into this like a little hub world, which is a village here, and then it breaks off into different paths, and these paths are where you fight bosses. It's not like village where it's like a house, and then you end up in this, one big house, then you end up in this area. It's like it's broken out a little differently. It's like you're in a village, then you go into the castle, then you go into like another area, But ultimately, you keep coming back to this little hub area that allows you to explore. And don't get me wrong, there'll be enemies there. It's not just zombies. They definitely took a different approach. It's not your normal zombies or black creatures that you saw. You saw these like, what's that?
I was saying like, well, they said it's in the press. You could just say like they're werewolves, right?
Yeah, they're lichens.
Like
To be technical, yeah, they're lichens. They're not werewolves.
Another quick thing you said about that pace. Apparently, that was by design.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they wanted it to break it up because they felt like it was nonstop and was burning people out.
Oh, I see. I mean, it makes sense.
That's what they say.
Right.
That could just be talk.
Well, it makes sense only in a way that like the only reason why I could agree with that is because yeah, it's every time I face a certain area, that's usually when I'm done for the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I go through all this area. Okay, I'm finally done. Okay, I come back to this village. Okay, I know where I'm at now. I come back and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to start the new area. So I guess it worked out for me in that way. I don't mind it. I don't think it's bad or anything like that. I still like the game. Like I said, the game looks phenomenal. It still plays really good. It's a good first person shooter. I'm not gonna say, oh, it's a smooth and fluid like Doom or anything like we were talking about earlier.
Oh, come on.
Right. But it's got the survival horror. It does keep you scared a little bit. So the Lycans are a little predictable with their movement, especially when you're trying to shoot them in the head. You're trying to nail these crucial headshots, and they're there fucking looking like they're breakdancing, so they're just getting away from all your bullets. It's so annoying. But
Like they're Neo.
yeah, exactly. Um, like I said, that's the only thing I would say I didn't love it is because it doesn't feel as scary to me. But and I know I'm not a person who likes scary games. That's the thing. But Resident Evil 7 did it in such a way that I'm like, wow, I really enjoyed that. So Resident Evil 8, everything else is fine. I mean, it's just to give people an idea. It starts off with you're the same character you were in Resident Evil 7. So if you played Resident Evil 7,
Yeah, I don't know.
okay. So Resident Evil 7, you're the same character. So if you've played the 7, then you know exactly where you're at. If not, they kind of touch up on it with the cutscenes. What's that?
His name.
Ethan Winters. So you play as Ethan Winters, and then you're there with Mia, the wife. That's the one that you saved in the first one or in 7, and you just continue with that same character. I'll be honest with you because I haven't finished it yet. I'll probably finish it tonight. One thing I will say, even from Resident Evil 7 to even this one, this man's hands. You don't want to be Ethan Winters' hands. They, dude, like they get
The
like.
only thing I've seen about this game is this poor man's hands.
Well, because like shit happens to it, and it's just like in Resident Evil 7, spoiler alert, in Resident Evil 7, he gets his hand chopped off, and then somebody puts it back on for him. You know what I'm saying? And this one, his hands go through some shit too. Yeah, they put it back on. It's video game magic, Chris.
It's Resident Evil. We're talking about werewolves and stuff, and I'm like, how did they put a hand back on?
Yeah,
I'm like, there's a werewolf. Come on.
That's one of the reasons that I did like it is because I'm like, oh well, where do they go from Resident Evil 7 to Resident Evil 8? Where do they go from here? Well, they go batshit crazy, is what they do. They just go completely balls to the wall crazy. So, which is fine. Like I still enjoy it. I still like it. What were you saying?
It's like they lose their fuck. I was just going off of what you were saying.
Oh yeah, exactly. They just lose. It just completely loses. It just goes off the rails. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But you know what? I still like it though. I still think it's great. I still think it's not a bad game. It's really good. I think everyone still should play it. One thing that I did notice, I don't remember if this was in this. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say just to go to that point. I want to ask you a question.
Oh yeah.
As let's just say like someone like me, and I haven't played Resident Evil since PS1. Is this a good entry point for a new player?
I'd say no, only because I feel like you should play Resident Evil 7 first.
Okay.
Resident Evil 7 is the entry point. What's that?
They don't touch up on Resident Evil 7 in this game?
They do. They talk about it, about what they just like. Oh, we should talk about what happened, that sort of thing. But not to the point that you won't really understand until you actually played it. In my opinion, you want to see why he's sort of going through what he's going through, and you want to see why this means what. It's not a bad like. It's if you're going in where you don't care about this particular individual story, you can go into it fine. But if you really want to kind of, I guess, feel for the character, then you can't play it. I'll be honest, the character, Ethan Winters, he's kind of boring. Like, he's just stupid, cheap one-liners.
They're not good one-liners?
No, exactly. And I'm a fan of one-liners. You know what I'm saying? Big Schwarzenegger fan. So it's just like big Fast and Furious, the original Fast and Furious fan. The one-liners are great. Ethan Winters needs to work on his one-liners. That's one thing I got to say. But, like I said, the game's great. I still think anybody should pick it up and play it. If you do start off with this one, you're not going to be completely lost. So I don't want you to think that, oh yeah, I have to play 7. You don't have to. But it's nice to do it just to feel like you're following the character and what he's been through and to see what his hands have gone through. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's that?
I was gonna say, like the 7 one was VR, right? And that's why like there's so much hand stuff, right?
Right. It's VR. So it's you could play it in VR or without VR. I didn't do VR. I think that was a little too much for me, too intense. I'm sorry, I'm a pussy when it comes to that kind of stuff. But
hey, man, scary games are scary.
Yeah, I guess it's doing its job, right?
Mm-hmm. You have the VR, but you still play with the light on just in case.
Yeah, exactly, because you never know. The Kukul's gonna get me.
Oh, but why are you gonna bring that up in the podcast?
Sorry.
Come on, what are you trying to bring over here? This friggin' guy over here. So the thing is, I'm assuming that when you're playing, you were also playing with your significant other, right?
Yes.
How was that experience? Like, if you have a significant other and you're playing a scary game, like, was that fun?
Yes, and here's why. Because yesterday especially, because I'm like, you know what, I'm getting kind of hungry, but I know we're kind of pressed for time, and I want to get more through this game. How about you play for a little bit? So we dropped the difficulty a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And it puts on this aim assist, which I think makes it a little too easy, because you're like, remember how I said the Lycans were breakdancing when you're trying to aim at their head? It really locks on these motherfuckers. Like, I'm talking about if they're swerving, the crosshairs are swerving with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll lock on their body, and you just flick the stick up just a little bit, and boom, you're on their head, and you're just. The only drawback from it is if you're trying to shoot someone in front instead of behind, it might you get that aim assist issue where you're like, oh man, I'm getting the guy in the back and not the guy who's the most threatening right now. So. But I don't recommend playing with it. Even if you play on easy, at least turn off the aim assist. It's you'll have all the bullets in the world, but so we tried that, so I think that works good, but she kept running, like she got to a part where it was like overwhelmingly amount of enemies, so it was like the bad time to have that aim assist on, and that was her first time trying it, so yeah.
I
But I
was
think
gonna say
I think
like
it's worth playing together though, for sure. Like just to get that, because like she's freaking out. You know, there are parts that are genuinely scary where just like they touch on like certain people's fears, I guess. And I don't want to go into it just because I don't want to give any spoilers, but there are some pretty scary moments for sure.
oh man. So is this game so scary? Okay, when you were playing this game, were the lights on or off?
Off mostly. Sometimes I play with it on, sometimes off, but mostly off.
Okay. So so did how many hours did you put in?
I think last time I checked, I was at 8 hours, and the game's supposed to be only like 8.5 hours, by my understanding.
Oh, so you're coming up on it.
Yeah, I should be coming up. I think I got like an hour left, I would say at most. So I played a good amount where I have a strong opinion on it.
Oh, okay. So like, do you feel the game wrapping up?
Yes, for sure. I do feel like it's I'm sort of seeing that light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, dang. I don't know, man. Well, any closing statements on Resident Evil 8? You want to tell the kids?
Like I said, the game's still great. I still recommend people give it a shot. If you enjoyed 7, I think you'll still enjoy 8. I don't think 8 takes that much away from 7 where you have to avoid it or you'll be disappointed. Like I said, I still like it. It's still good. Just in my opinion, not as good as 7. But yeah, give it a shot if you get a chance.
So you think seven's better than this?
I think so. I feel like it, yes.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, all right, guys. Just to let you know, well, the next week, the game of the week for our game club is gonna be Mass Effect. Now, there is the Legendary Edition that I'm feeling most people that have already played Mass Effect will buy because I bought it. I was just like, what? And I'm like, purchase. I did not think that purchase through at all, bro. I did it early in the morning. I'm like, what? It comes out tomorrow? Purchase. And
Nice.
I just went and did it. And I'm like, man, I probably shouldn't have done that. I should have checked my finances first. I just nerded out and just bought a game. But just in case you're like, hey, dude, I can't really get it, but I do have Game Pass. The games I'm like 90% sure are on Game Pass. So you guys can play that individually. We're gonna start with one, and we're gonna continue. I don't know if we're gonna do the entire franchise, but if we do end up doing that till Ratchet and Clank come out, um, we'll let you know because honestly, with Mass Effect, it only goes up.
Nice.
Like yeah, I would at least like to get to two. I'm not gonna lie, because two I think is universally known as the best out of the franchise.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. Like a lot of people have seen like it really ramps up on 2. So, and I've never played 2. I played a little bit of 1, never finished it. But yeah, I'm down to try it. And
Yeah.
if it is on Game Pass, like that's where I plan on playing it. So I'll be able to go at least into that while you're playing your
Bro,
Legacy Edition.
like what the thing is, once if you play, you're gonna get hooked, bro. It's
All
just
right, we'll see.
good.
We'll see.
Oh man, and it's funny. Shout out to your brother Frank was a person who actually showed me Mass Effect.
You see.
So a little shout out.
Also, another shout out to Frank, my brother, is that he's the reason why I didn't want to play Mass Effect. And then, like whenever he got so into it, I was just like, yeah, whatever. It looks cool, whatever. I didn't really care for it, so I completely missed the boat on Mass Effect.
Come on, man, you can hook up with aliens. What's your problem over there, dude?
Yeah, I'm trying to hook up with big titty vampire goth ladies.
Bro, that is oof. You went you got me there.
Right.
All right, guys. On that note, we want to thank you guys so much. Check out all our social medias. They'll be linked down below. Thank you again. This has been a microtransaction.
Everyone.